Okay guys, so today this is gonna be a different type of video. This is gonna be an interview with my friend Benzeiii, who's gonna play in the World Series of Warzone Global Final in London on the 16th of September, in about 3 weeks now. Let me know if you want me to do more interviews like this in the comments, and let's get right into the video. So we begin with an introduction here. So what is your name, age, backstory?
So my name's Ben. When it comes to comms in game, everybody calls me Benji, and my in-game name is Benzeiii. I'm 20 years old. I'm 21 this year in a few months' time.
What do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? Nothing. I just play COD.
Yeah.
All day, every day. I'm a student. I've just finished my second year at uni, going into third year.
What are you studying?
I'm studying computer science.
I have this question. What does your family think of you playing Warzone?
My family, they're kind of like okay with it, but they don't really like the idea of me like playing it like too much, like playing it a lot. So obviously, I'm at uni, but I always told them that I was good at Warzone, and I was making like money from winning tournaments and stuff. But ever since I've like kind of started, like ever since I've been playing like during the World Series, events, qualifying like each stage, they started supporting me a lot, and they're really proud of me that I qualified in the end.
Yeah,
So
W.
yeah.
What was your first FPS game and COD game?
So my first COD game was Modern Warfare 3. Came out like 11 years ago, 12 years ago, I think, maybe 10 years ago. It was also my first FPS shooter. I really liked that game. Basically got addicted to playing COD. Yeah, since then I've just bought every COD every year and just played it.
How did you first get into playing Call of Duty Warzone competitively?
Oh, like competitively or when I first started playing it?
Both.
During that time, I wasn't playing COD so much, but then COVID hit and we had lockdown, so we were just kind of forced to stay at home. And I thought I'd play like Warzone. Like I really enjoyed it, so I started playing a lot. And then started playing a bit more serious. Started playing a bit of wages, 1v1s, 2v2s.
Okay. What kind of training routine do you follow to stay at the top of your game?
I kind of just we kind of just play rank play really. Rank plays the best mode to get practice really, because you're fighting against other people that can shoot back. So yeah, you play more together as well. There's like no splitting, everybody's playing together, rotating together, shit like that.
How do you balance practicing your individual skills and working with your team?
With my team, like every now and then we just play rank play together. Pretty much. As individually, I just play like 2v2, chows or tourneys or whatever.
Can you describe the preparation process leading up to a major tournament like the World Finals?
We pretty much just played rank play every day together. We built up some strategies. We chose places to land, like where we felt we were most confident. We found lots of new angles that people don't really use every day, like in those areas, which made it really helpful.
How important is map knowledge and positioning in your gameplay strategy?
Map knowledge is really important because you need to know like all the jump up spots, shit. Because whenever you're playing a building or some shit, if there's a jump up spot that you don't know about, then people can just abuse it to kill you in the back, and you just won't see it coming. So you need to know pretty much as possible, like all the jump up spots, different types of angles, like angles even. You might feel like you've got cover, but then next thing you know, you don't.
Yeah, maybe there's like a building that you can shoot through the walls and you don't even know like it's penetrable. No?
Yeah, like say you're capping a stronghold building. I mean, if people can roughly guess whereabouts you're gonna be sitting, like this corner or that corner, then they can just wallbang you. You gotta stay alert and just be ready for anything. Just try not to be predictable either. Don't like make the most obvious plays.
Yeah. Your teammates in this tournament are Stukeks and Boogs. When did you first start playing with them?
So when World Series got announced, everybody was creating their teams and stuff, and I ended up joining Bagel and Stukex. They were like already a duo. They'd been playing like 2v2s together, so they just needed one person to join, and I just joined them.
How did you know they were looking for one more?
Or they just tweeted it out.
Yeah, you followed them on Twitter, or maybe you had played with them before.
Yeah, I played with Bagel before. Everybody kind of knows each other in the COD scene.
Yeah. How do you build and maintain a strong team synergy and communication?
Basically, just playing a lot of ranked together because that's quite a team mode. So yeah, just play that together. One person can figure out if another person's doing something wrong, and they then improve on it. If they don't improve on it, then that's like a problem within your team, and you need to resolve that issue. What else? We played a lot of custom tournaments as well, leading up to World Series. So we kind of got an idea of how well we'd do in World Series, and the results were good. We were placing like top 10th pretty much every custom that we played. We kind of all knew that like, yeah, this is definitely the team that we want to run.
There was a clip that you posted on your Twitter from the official Versus of Warzone stream, when the commentator said like, Boogs is the IGL, no, Boogs is the brains, Stukex is the gunny, and you just are there to pick up plates and carry equipment.
Yeah, so I did interview a heck of a lot of teams and players, and you know, a lot of the answers were kind of the same. We're gonna focus on rotations and so on. I'm gonna give a shout out here to Boogs, who's part of this Stukex squad, because he said, Boogs, we use my brain and Stukex's gunny. No one actually knows what Benzeiii is going to do. He's just here to carry plates and the equipment.
What do you say about that?
Boogs is a troller. I know him. He's always like trolling. But that when I saw that was really funny. That made me laugh. But when it came to actually playing in the World Series regional finals, I actually outfragged both my teammates. Not like it matters though, it is like a team effort, but you know, I just had to say that.
Yeah. How do you handle disagreements or conflicts that may arise within the team?
We do have arguments sometimes, but it's never about like if anybody's done anything wrong. It's kind of just like a bit of banter, or that's what I think, anyways. But yeah, we never really argue. Like whenever we were playing like the customs, when you like in the moment, if someone does like something wrong, you don't have time. Like you don't want to just say like, why do you do this when you could have done this? You know, like you're in the moment, you want to stay locked in, shit like that. But at the end of the maps, we will quickly analyze the maps before the next maps start, like what we done right, what we done wrong. But no one's ever against each other. Like whatever happens is happens. Yeah, maybe we could have done that better, but like we're chilling, you know.
Yeah, that's good. I think you can't get into arguments or like conflicts when you're playing a big tournament like this. Like then it's just
Yeah, 100%. Because if it puts like anybody in a bad mood, then like they may start performing a bit poorly. You know,
Yeah.
you can't really risk that.
Yeah, you need to be focused and have those clean comms.
Yeah.
Can you share a memorable moment when your team's coordination led to a victory?
In the stage 1 qualifiers, this isn't the regional, this was the qualifiers leading up to regional. This was the last map. We were looking good for placement wise to qualify, but this last map, our rotations were really good, and we managed to get the winner out of it, which pushed us to 4th place. Basically, we landed on our usual spot. We rotated to observatory like really early because it was kind of like a central zone. And from observatory, like whenever we'd have to rotate, if we had to rotate, it'd be like really easy from observe. Luckily, the zone pools, or however you want to say it, the zones were like on our sides, because I think we managed to take an observatory for like up until zone 5, zone 6, something like that. We had a deployable buy, which was really good as well. We just placed that down. We played from picks from the dome, and then like whenever people had to regain, they'd like come towards our buy, so we'd get 3 kills out of that. When we started having like the zone pulls and stuff, we managed to get like a really nice like edge of a cliff kind of in such an open zone, so we pretty much had the best spot during that zone. And if we didn't win the map, then that that would be really like stupid because like pretty much the position we had was just like you win the map pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that game live on stream, and it was crazy end game. You got such a good position there, and
Yeah,
picked
it's
up.
just unreal.
Yeah, picked up so many kills. How do you manage nerves and pressure when competing at such a high level?
Usually I'm pretty calm about it. Like I get like a little bit nervous, but that makes sense to get nervous. But I don't really get like that nervous about it. I'm pretty chill, and my team like they don't feel too bad. Like especially like when we're like loading up the first map or maybe like an hour before the event starts. I don't know if this like helps, but like I vape. I think nicotine like keeps you relaxed. I don't know.
It actually makes your heart beat faster though, but it feels relaxing to. I take snooze. Do you know snooze?
Snooze? No, I don't know that.
Basically, a lot of people in the Norwegian countries use snooze. It's like you put a nicotine pouch under your
Oh, it's like
lip.
a stick kind
Lip.
of. Oh, under your lip. Oh yeah, I think we got something similar here.
How do you approach the early, mid, and late game phases of a Warzone match?
At the start, we just land where we usually land. We have a heavy node, so we try to prioritize like rotating as early as we can. But if we do get contested, then we will just try fight that if we can, like early on, because we do need like kills.
Yeah.
It's good to get kills at the start because you know like you've got like like when it comes towards placement multipliers, you know you've got those kills regardless. So yeah, we try to rotate early. Obviously nobody knows where the final zone's gonna be, so it's not we try to predict or anything. We try to play areas that are like easy to rotate from when we do have to rotate. So say you got like a central zone or some shit like that, we'll play like observatory because you know you've got like height over the entire map and then it's easy to rotate from. So that's pretty much it, and then we just end up rotating when we have to, really. But yeah, it's really different how it's played out. It's really different how it's played out compared to like a normal game because everybody basically is alive, like end circle, just begging a building. So it's really campy.
Yeah.
There's much more that really happens after mid game.
What factors do you consider when deciding whether to engage in fights or prioritize positioning?
So engaging in fights, if we have like a good position, then we will just fight really. We'll try to have them push us. If we have to push them, then we kind of spread out a bit, just so we have like multiple angles. We try to go for a pick, and if we can get that pick, then we kind of start to press. If that makes sense, like we kind of like get closer together, like tighten up our angles to the point where like they're kind of trapped.
What's the most challenging aspect of competing in a world championship event, do you think?
Back to what I said about it being RNG, everybody you're playing against is like as good as you, pretty much. So like gunfights and stuff, pretty much RNG. You want to just try reduce that RNG, like how you play. You just want to try reduce the RNG, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta realize like, yeah, you might have just killed a team. Let's go push another team. You need to realize that just everybody is good at the game. They know as much as you do. You just need to relax. You know, you gotta chill. Just gotta try play it slow, smart. You know.
How do you handle losses and setbacks, and what do you do to bounce back?
Because so far, like every thing that we've played, we've managed. We've basically just qualified like everything.
Yeah, but you have played tournaments before this one that you have not won, right?
Yeah.
So how do you take those losses and setbacks? Like, do you just sleep it through, or?
Whenever I'm dying and stuff, I always just think how I could have played it better. If I'm losing tournaments and I'm probably dying, that's just the reason why, I guess. Rather than just losing tournament, you kind of think like you just played bad that day, and just think like, always, like whenever you're dying, just why am I dying? What did I do wrong? Like, what was it like fuck up I done?
Yeah. Do you like watch back your VODs, or?
I used to do that.
Do
I don't do that anymore though, because when I was VOD reviewing, I was doing stuff like wrong like all the time. I kind of knew that like Like, I wouldn't know how, but I just know like the situation. Like, I just played it wrong, and I need to figure out like what I could have done better in the situation. Nowadays, I don't want to say I play perfect, like, but I play obviously like a lot better than I did before, and it's not like so easy to. But I don't think it's worth me just checking back on the VOD anymore. I don't do that anymore. But I used to do it, yeah.
How does the support of your stream and the larger Warzone community impact your motivation?
It definitely helps a lot, because there have been people supporting me like way before World Series, and a lot of people that just started supporting me as soon as I like announced my team. Really, ever since I teamed up with like Boogs and Tim, like I've made new friends within the German community, for example. Like lots of Tim's followers have been supporting me, like, and it really helps. It really helps, because without them, I wouldn't care so much, but now like I care a lot more. Like I wanna do well, you know, shit like that.
What advice would you give to aspiring Warzone players who want to compete at a professional level?
So yeah, patience is key. Like you don't wanna just send everything. You need to know like when something's like not a good push.
Yeah.
Just remember the game is RNG, so like don't lose 4 or anything if like you die. You want to keep composure, and also try to reduce like that RNG. You know, you need to play more careful, play more smart. Like the game, I like to say like the game is kind of against you, like RNG wise.
Yeah,
Sometimes you're
but
gonna be in situations where like you're not like expected to come out of them, and that's just unfortunate. But you need to realize like if that is the case, then there's no need to just feel like shit if you die in that situation. What's going on around you. Also, always check the surroundings. Like, I know it's like a lot of people, they'd be frying and then they die. The team like sending them like in the back, but obviously you can't see them.
Yeah.
Just like always keep checking your surroundings. You know? Like, know what's going on around you. You're playing like 2v2s, you're struggling to find people. Use your ears, you know, like can you hear a mortar, like in the area or gunshots. Try to play the edge of zones to catch people rotating in from like like city.
Yeah, I've noticed too, like a lot of players that are new to the game mostly camp in a building. That is probably to play smart and careful, but sometimes you need to focus on the like getting better to get better with your gun skills and so.
Yeah, if you are camping in the building, like, I don't think that's good for you. If you are playing 2v2s and stuff, I wouldn't. You might get good at the game, better at the game, but you won't get like to the highest level. You need like send kids, you need to increase your gun skill. But if you are playing like custom tournaments, it makes sense to do that kind of stuff. It depends what type of player you are. Like you're either a custom player, or you're a 2v2 player, or even both. But sometimes you can be like a really aggressive person, but suck at customs, but that's alright.
What are your goals beyond the World Finals? Are there any specific achievements you're aiming for?
So I'm currently in 2nd year of uni right now, and I'm going into 3rd year. So I don't really want to spend too much time on the game next year. I kind of want to focus on my studies. But in regards to World Series, I do want to get like a good placement, and I believe we can definitely achieve that. I want to come like top 15, top 10 maybe, and then that would be like a nice kind of end towards like playing COD seriously. Just knowing that we made it all the way to the LAN finals and we managed to get a good placement.
Are you tired of playing Warzone competitively?
I've played Warzone so much because I was at one point addicted to it back in Gdansk and Caldera. But after playing, like after this World Series was announced, I've never played like the game so much in my life. And it did pay off because we qualified, but it's kind of just made me not enjoy the game like I used to.
Yeah.
It's kind of died a bit. Like a lot of people like don't host tournaments so much, and like even when somebody hosts a tournament, like it barely feels. Like a lot of other people are just not playing the game, and like without the other people, like it gets really kind of like boring.
Yeah, I feel you. When you play one game too like so much, it just
Yeah, and we had to play
just
like
get
a lot of
boring.
cards, a
Of
lot of
course.
cards to
Of
prepare
course.
for the.
Yeah, you need to put in the hours, and you did.
Yeah.
How do you envision the competitive Warzone scene evolving in the coming years?
I feel like it'll probably be like the same as it is right now. I mean, the same people who are like really good in Caldera are pretty much still the same people playing today, but obviously some Caldera like pros and shit, they kind of stop playing, but I've noticed there's kind of like a significant increase to new people just appearing out of nowhere, just entering the COD scene, being just like really good at the game in proportion to people quitting. So I feel like it would definitely be more competitive in the future. Qualifications for such tournaments are going to be more difficult because there'll just be so much more pro players competing.
I've noticed the difference, like when they implemented the ranked play now in Warzone 2, and it has
Oh yeah,
there has
that
become more competitive players like all around.
yeah, ranked play it's also quite sweaty. You notice like there's a lot of people that like are really good at the game that you've just never heard of really. And you can just tell like in a month or two time, just a few months later, like you might just end up seeing their name appear. They're playing tournaments and shit. Like yeah,
Yeah.
so many people that you've just never heard of, no idea, and they're decent at the game pretty much.
What changes and improvements would you like to see in the game's competitive settings or modes?
So with Modern Warfare 3 coming out, on paper it sounds like it's gonna be really good because they are bringing back a lot of movement. So slide cancelling, reload cancelling, like all of that kind of stuff. And that was really fun in Caldera and Verdansk. I think it's probably one of the reasons why I enjoyed the game so much because whenever you're playing pubs and stuff, you just hit them with a movement and it's fun. Like you can like just do whatever you want with your movement and just fucking destroy kids. I can't lie though, like playing with when you are playing competitively, like custom tournaments, I do prefer like this movement there is currently because I like it how it's more tactical, like when rotating and stuff, you gotta like smoke yourself and shit. You never saw this in Verdansk
Yeah, no
or
one was using
Caldera.
smokes.
Nobody everybody was just using stims, and then just sliding across the map and
Yeah.
just breaking monitors. But I do enjoy that. But when it does come to pubs, like I definitely enjoy the game a bit more if you could just slide cancel all over the place.
Yeah. Increase the skill gap.
Yeah, so maybe Modern Warfare 3 might actually be really fun. Hope so.
Looking back on your journey so far, what's been the most valuable lesson you have learned as a competitive player?
To be patient, like whenever you're in gunfights and stuff, and like whenever you're playing like 2v2s or anything, especially 2v2s, not every push is a good push. You need to understand like sometimes if there are people playing high in 2v2s, like obviously it's a kill race, so you need to get like kills, like as many kills as you can at like a fast rate, but sometimes like some pushes are just not worth it and you're better off just leaving a team if they're like there's like a full team on like some nasty heady, like just leave it sometimes. Or if they're sniping, don't even try getting up close because there is like the chances they could snipe you. Like take your time, just relax a bit. Try not to get like emotional as well. You don't want to like get really pissed if you die. You could lose composure. Just start playing like really badly after that. Like the stuff that happens in this game, like this game's really RNG. So like whatever happens, you might have like the worst luck in the world, but if something bad's happened, like it's happened already. Now you just focus on like what you're gonna do next.
If you weren't a competitive Warzone player, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
It's kind of hard to tell actually, because I've pretty much like only played COD like my entire life. I've never really played any other games. I did touch Fortnite for like a year, but then I just went back to playing COD. So I don't really know what else, if there's like any other games I'd be playing. It probably just I'd either be playing COD or I probably wouldn't be playing anything.
Do you have any other interests like outside of gaming, like that you would like to like spend more time on, or do you think you would be studying more, or
I'd probably just be studying. To be honest, I do like if I'm doing something, I do like to grind it. So I'd probably be just grinding, studying. To be honest, I'm at uni now, and I feel like uni's like it's the time where you want to just socialize as much as you can because like the best experience of your life.
yeah?
Your uni years, it's definitely better like than when you're like at secondary school, like before that. yeah, you want to make the most of it, or you start working full time, 9 to 5. So I'd probably be spending more time doing that if I wasn't playing cards.
How did it feel when you knew you qualified to the final?
I remember when our map had just finished. We had a really good last map. We were really happy with the points we got. We wasn't sure if it was going to be enough though, but on paper it looked like it was going to be enough. I remember when we submitted the scores. So we have like our own like scoreboard within the server, the World Series server. Like it's just as soon as somebody reports a score, it's like live basically. So when we submitted the score, I think we were like it put us like 10th or 11th place, and obviously only the top 15 qualified. So like as we were waiting, we saw like our placement just go lower and lower as people were submitting the scores. And I remember we were like currently in 14th place, and Tim was like, yo, I think we've done it, you know. I think we've done it. It's been like 2 minutes now, or no, it's been like a minute, and the scores hasn't like updated since. And then Bagel was like, yo, chill. Like we don't know yet. There could be like a couple more teams that need to report scores. And I was just like, I was standing up. I was just like walking in circles and shit, just fingers crossed, hoping we'd do it. And then we put the COD stream up, and they like announced the final results, and we saw that we had qualified, and everybody was gassed. We were all happy. I went straight into my kitchen. I saw my dad, and we just done a shot. Like we had to do a shot, you know.
Yeah,
Such a
celebration.
huge thing. Yeah.
I remember I was in the stream there when you were waiting for the result, and like I knew you were good, so I wrote it in your chat like 3 times, like you're good, you made it, and then you were just like no, wait, we need to wait. It's not confirmed yet. So it was such a nice feeling when they announced you got in the final.
Yeah, I was super happy.
Yeah.
We'd been grinding so much for this. Like we played so many custom tournaments. Like it'd be really sad if we didn't qualify.
So I know you were searching for an organization to play for or to represent in the World Series of final. Have you found any organization to play for?
No, we have not. We have had multiple offers, and we have been speaking to multiple orgs, but there's been nothing that we like. And it's a bit tricky with me and Boogs and StukeX, because StukeX he's like a big content creator in Germany. So when it comes to like orgs to represent, we wouldn't be able to really be in the same org with Tim, because like he's looking for like huge orgs and stuff to sign him as a content creator, whereas me and Boogs are just looking for an org to just represent really. But yeah, we've been in talks with a few orgs. Nothing that we really like at the moment, so I'm kind of thinking at this point I'm just gonna be orgless for the event.
Can you name 3 things that you find most exciting about going to London and play against the best players in the world?
Yeah, so the first thing is just meeting like all my COD mates, all my mates that I just met, like just playing CODs, like that is just, you know, it's finally time, you know, to see them. Have a nice time in London as well. Yeah, number 2 would be meeting the pro players. There's some huge content creators out there that I can't wait to see. Can't wait to see Henry's face. You know Henry Ancient?
Yeah.
That guy has been a huge part of my competitive kind of career, because there was a time where he's way out of my league, right? Like he's like fucking top tier. Like he's like the god or whatever you wanna call him of Warzone. Like he's probably the best player, the smartest player. But there was a period of time where we were just playing 2v2s together constantly, and I think that is one of the reasons why how I managed to qualify for such an event. I learned so much from that guy, you know, all that, like just being patient, you know, like finding the right gunfights, you know, just all of that really. Yeah, I just learned so much from him, and this guy is faceless at the moment, so can't wait to see him at the LAN.
Nice.
And yeah, the experience as well. I've never played at a LAN before, so this is definitely something significant for me. Can't wait. Feeling very confident with my team that we're gonna get a good placement. It's gonna be a moment that I never forget as well. I will never forget this, because we're gonna be playing in front of a large audience, pretty much.
So, ending words. I've played with you from time to time now for more than 2 years, and I remember playing with you during the DMR meta in Verdansk, and
My favorite meta,
yeah,
the DMR.
yeah. I remember how you used to destroy lobbies with that. Like, it's just crazy. And to me back then, you were just a regular kid that was good at Warzone. So
Yeah.
it's amazing to see how far you've come. And the World Series of Warzone was a long tournament, and you have made it through 4 qualifiers, starting with the in-game Stage 1 open qualifiers. And it's like, there's so much RNG in this game, so to make it through 4 qualifiers is actually insane that you have made it through. And you have already made a huge achievement qualifying your way to the final. And I would just want to say that no matter how it goes in the final, I want you to be proud and really enjoy playing in the world final.
Thank you, Tavin. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
I can't lie, my favorite memories of my entire time just playing Warzone was like just us playing in Verdansk, bro. Like
Yeah.
it was just Caldera kind of went downhill from there, I can't lie. Like game was still fun, but Verdansk was the best, bro.
Yeah,
Best
Verdansk was the
times.
best.
Do you remember that time when I ordered a pizza, like during a TKR? The guy was like, you know, it would be like 5 minutes, you know, like I'd go to the car park. I was on my uni accommodation, right? So I had to go to the car park, and then just pick it up. And then I was like to you, you know, I'll just be like 5 minutes. So I just gotta quickly get this pizza, you know.
Yeah.
And then the guy was lost, and then it took like 30, 40 minutes just trying to find my fucking pizza, and it kind of fucked us up for that TKR.
Oh yeah.
I'll never forget that, bro.
Oh my god.
I felt so bad as well, because like it's supposed to be like 5 minutes, you know, like the delivery driver, you just pick up the pizza from the delivery driver. But of course, at one time the guy just has to get lost. You know?
Yeah, you were gone for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was so frustrating.
That was too funny.
Doesn't want to pick me up or some shit. Chuck it then, chuck it. Oh my god. Ibs, clip it, Ibs. Clip it.